Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. There is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about markets. Welcome back, guys. We are about halfway through Joyful June, about halfway through the week. And, of course, we had to mark off this morning with another macro event. But rest assured, it seems like Chud Jacks win again. Nothing ever happened. CPI came in low. The market looks very primed for higher pricing. So we're going to talk about all of that and then more on today's show. But I'm Tommy. You guys also know me as Snorlax. I'm joined by Tucker, Chef Jackus, and of course, Max. Welcome, guys. I'm pretty excited for today's show, right? I mean, we kind of talked about, we had I don't even remember what our macro event was last week, but we did have CPI today that were kind of like roadblocks. But at the same time, we looked at things like volatility in equity markets, right? The VIX looking extra unconstructive. Wasn't necessarily hinting that we were priming some move down. But now that we have this out of the way, I mean, it's just kind of more of an excuse to crush volatility even further, right? The summer flows are continuing to, I think, suppress any bearishness in equities, which is having as a byproduct, a huge benefit on the crypto market. Specifically, I think that's going to benefit ETH, and I'll talk about that more in a second. But before I can do that, guys, I'm going to ask if you can smash that like button for us. Yes, I have to start off the show every day and ask you guys for likes. Sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. But we are always appreciative when you do. I remember when we used to set targets for the like button. Maybe we get back to doing that now that prices are, moving higher again. Maybe we don't. I kind of missed the soybeans chart, though. I'm not going to lie, even if just for just to see what's going on that chart. But no, let's get serious. Let's talk about the markets, right? Because I'm looking at my watch list this morning. I'm looking at the charts. It really seems like things are about to get, silly, right? Bitcoin is basically in price discovery. Equities are 1% to 2% away from price discovery after all of the craziness that ensued in the first half of this year. And I think altcoins as well. Yes, even Sol is showing strength, right? We've talked about how the shoe that probably needs to drop has to be Ethereum, but Ethereum is currently consolidating above its what was that, like a 4 to 5 week ranges highs. It's looking like it wants to leg up possibly to 4K in the not so distant future. Altcoins will probably benefit from that, and I think when we talk about TradFi impacting price potentially, it's most likely to impact Bitcoin because we haven't quite institutionalized ETH in the same way. So, maybe if equities are just going to float higher, that's what we're going to see from Bitcoin. But at the same time, typically when we see those conditions, it creates tailwinds for something like Ethereum to begin to outperform. And yeah, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, somebody already pointed it out in the comments, we've got a full moon today. So good signal for a bullish period coming into it, at least. Jackus, I know how you feel about the rock, but I am going to respect it. Respect the rock here and and say the full moon is going to be the reason why we go higher. I'm just messing with you, but no, we do have some astrological confluence as well for some price appreciation here. It does seem like we're seeing a lot of things line up in a favorable manner here across markets for Joyful June. But yeah, what are we seeing in the markets, guys? Probably no thoughts on CPI, right? Because it came in maybe not much cooler than expected, but seemingly cooler than every single expert predicted. So inflation still has not crept back up. How are we interpreting things at the moment? Any thoughts on the week's price action? Of course, CPI, equities, crypto, etc.
So I actually have a question for you, Tommy, because you brought up the moon. I saw online that it was a strawberry moon, which I don't know what that is, but I guess I'll take the opportunity in front of all these people to ask you, what can you tell me about the strawberry moon? And can it possibly be financial advice?
I don't really remember that much about last year's strawberry moon. I want to say that it was kind of a nothing burger. I don't know if like the strawberry moon is inherently more or less bullish than any other moon. I just think the full moon, new moon cycle has been playing out pretty good here over the last few weeks. So I'm going to lean into that. We had I wouldn't even call it a bearish period, but kind of, bearish chop, bullish chop, whatever you want to call it. We did have that into the full moon. Now we're seeing some strength coming out of it. I don't know. I think right now it seems to line up pretty favorably with the market structures of something like Ethereum and Bitcoin, which look like they want higher, especially ETH. But I don't feel like I have any. I don't have any edge for you guys regarding the strawberry moon, unfortunately.
Damn.
Well, I'm just gonna pretend that it's super bullish and just kind of go with it. So yeah. I don't care what it is or isn't. It's bullish.
This is some meaning to the strawberry moon. Shout out Radiant.
Oh.
So did the guy smash it? Can we finally leave the soybeans?
There's no way they smashed it, Jack. The audience is allergic to the like button. They'll
might have
break
to
out
look
hives if they hit it.
Strawberry futures today.
We're at 86 already. That's not bad.
Wait. We are just at 86.
It's been like 2 minutes, Jackus. But yeah.
But 210 people watching, right? 210 and joining.
Back in my day, we had 86 likes before the stream started.
Yeah.
Back in my day.
Literally.
Dude, there was a time last year when there'd be, 150 likes before we actually pressed the live button, Where my live stream gone,
Yeah.
That's okay. Their shit coins are going to pump soon and then they'll start liking it. It'll be fine. So,
This is breaking out.
I
Regardless
think
of Bitcoin.
I think Hyperliquid's communicating where the market's headed once again.
Yeah, Hyperliquid has been tremendous signal, honestly.
Yes, it has.
Dude, Per looks just premier.
Pull up
Premier.
Listen, guys. Earn some good points and press the like button.
Dude.
We're back on the memes.
Jackass.
Oh my god. That one of Tucker is probably my favorite bullish meme. I'm not gonna lie.
I love it too.
That was when Pepe was absolutely sending last year in February, I'm pretty sure.
The market was sending because you didn't even bat an eye about buying those Apple Vision Pros.
I pre-ordered them as soon as, it was, looking back, probably not the greatest idea, but
No, are you talking about your Apple Vision Pros?
Yeah.
No, it was Premiere because now we have this meme that's worth $3,500 to have that picture.
The meme, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I disabled?
Question for myself.
All right, Jackus, we gotta put some charts up. We can pull up the memes again soon. But we gotta. You keep making the meme chart, but
No, it's fine.
It's a collage of good vibes.
look at that.
But yeah, I mean, I think
Wow.
right. We just had everyone kind of consolidate above the range. And now
There goes
Hyperliquid
Tommy
is-
again.
It's a great speech, Tommy. Keep it going.
It's a great speech.
Dude. Set up your satellite.
Wait, he
Wait,
didn't set it
the
up
cat
yet?
is attacking him.
Wait.
You want to know how I know that Tommy can set up his satellite? Because I used to tinker around with helium mining back in the day, and I lived in an apartment, and I had apartment buildings that I owned and managed, and I had helium hotspots on those. I'm certain you can do it, Tommy. We need that. We need it so bad.
Does he need
The
to
world
like
will
go
never
up
be
to
the same when
roof?
he does, though.
Yeah, does he need to like go on the roof and screw it in?
Nah, bro. He puts it on the balcony.
Yeah.
Max, when you're done with fasting, I need you to start eating beef again.
Start eating beef?
Yes.
Why do you need me to start eating beef?
Because we need meat sticks. It's the bull market. It's not
What if
time
I
to be fasting.
I
The
think I should-
fasting is over.
I
Now we
think I
get
should
our
hunger
bellies full.
strike. I need to hunger strike until ETH is over 4K. That's what it's gonna take.
Yeah.
Let's do it tomorrow.
$52 for hype, baby. 52 for hype.
How high do you guys think hype can go this cycle?
I mean, I think it's basically Solana or BNB of last cycle, truthfully. I think it's going to go a lot higher than people think. I think the valuation is going to get so ridiculously bloated.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much focus on it, and I think it's going a lot higher than people think. Like, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to see, like, what's the market cap of it right now?
Let's look it up. Oh, he's back.
14 bill FDV.
Yeah, it
What
wouldn't
type?
surprise me to see like a 6 or 7x from here, truthfully.
I feel like Hyperliquid looks a lot like Sui.
Well, hype is already 43 FDV. Yeah, that can get crazy, of course. But I thought it's lower.
No. It's 14 billion FDV.
Wait. I see 43.
Oh, I was just looking on.
14 is just the current market cap.
Oh, is it actually 40?
Well, nearing
Hang on, let's
44
see.
FDV. Yeah. Well, I think hype can.
The main-
Hype
yeah.
will definitely.
Huh?
What?
I was just going to say the main thing about the FDV is that they're not going to be emissions.
Yeah. That's the best, man. Tommy says there's not going to be emissions, and it just cuts out. Like he's just sitting there completely froze.
Dude, it's insane.
Great speech.
Every single day. Like,
I just can't, man.
a solution must be found immediately.
Tommy was just about to pull the biggest alpha on hype and just got frozen after the first sentence.
I keep waiting for him to unfreeze. Yeah, he's out again.
There he goes.
Dude, we gifted him ultra fast Wi-Fi. The company bought him Starlink. He won't set it up. He says he can't in his apartment, and he can.
Dude,
I know he can.
He definitely can.
He definitely can. He's too busy scalping on Hyperliquid. I know he can figure it out if he spent an hour doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are.
I think like 80 is a probably decent target for hype, honestly. Right. Look at that.
I think, as Tommy pointed out, or he was going to, say that there isn't that many unlocks coming in for hype for some time, I suppose. So that FDV isn't really telling, and that market cap can definitely, there's a, let's look where's Binance, right? I'm not saying it goes to Binance market cap, but Binance right now is 97, right? So trading around 100 billion market cap. Binance is likely going to break out to like 500 billion, probably. I do think that hype can reach the current Binance market cap. So there's definitely upside for it. But in this cycle, yeah. But it's probably not going to be the type of Solana run that we saw. Like it will be in terms of price, like the way the price looks, but not in terms of percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, I think it can go to like possibly even like $250, $300. Like now, like we are talking real bull market, extension, right? But still.
When you were saying BNB's market cap, do you mean Hype's FDV or current market cap at 14?
I mean, honestly, I do not know when exactly are the unlocks, but I'm talking about the market cap because the FDV will be crazy, but we
Yeah.
know that the FDV will not go in life. I'm not sure. Tommy probably knows. Not sure if he will be able to tell us, but he knows
Yeah, I
probably
got
when
you.
the unlocks are.
No, I gotcha. I moved out of the office, which is always the problem. So I should have good signal from now. But
You just need to stay out of the camera, unfortunately, because whenever you have camera on, just too much for your internet, right? Like it cannot process that kind of information. Not to mention that, like when your cat attacks you, like that's just too much, man.
he
Just
was actually cuddling.
meddling with the signal over there,
He was actually cuddling this time before I got rugged. But I was going to say about Hype is that it's FDV because those tokens technically haven't hit the open market, but they're not going to be emitted in the same way that we often see from VC scams. It's completely up to the foundation itself, like the Hyperliquid Foundation, for when those tokens are going to hit the market, which is why I've kind of speculated we're probably going to get another fat airdrop. I doubt, that you're going to get an airdrop and then it's going to run up 10x in the same way that it did last December. But, I think stimulus for leverage traders, for people who use the exchange in general, it's hard for me not to see that being where they go, because I think the foundation still has like 80% or like 70% of the tokens. So they've got a lot of leeway, and they're actively market buying the token back all the time. So I don't know. It's kind of a great Ponzi. But yeah, the FDV is pretty high. I don't know that you can view the FDV in the same way that you view other VC scams, unless there's another airdrop for I would say for Hyperliquid traders, which I think there will be.
Mm-hmm. There will be a. There will be.
Do you think it's going to be as lucrative as the first one?
Maybe not like on a relative basis. So everybody who, might have made it from the first airdrop might not make it a second time. But,
Yeah.
I think the notional value of the airdrop could definitely be the same. And it's not a scenario that I think anybody is really considering. But I think, look for it. If there is going to be one, it probably happens around Thanksgiving again.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably going to be decent sized airdrop though. Right.
I think it's going to be like Uni in the past cycle, basically, if you guys remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They literally, I remember, by the way, that's funny because just like, the same thing they say with Apple, if you didn't buy Apple One, like the phone, the first Apple phone, and you instead put that into the stock price, you would probably have $1 million by now. And you kept doing that with each iPhone. Or no, sorry, they said it was Bitcoin, I think, or something like that. But anyways, the thing is that if you put it into the market, you would make like multiples. And so back in the day when they airdrop Uni, it was worth of the I think PlayStation 5, which was coming out at the time. But if you put it into the market, you would have made, again, like insane amounts of multiples. And I think that kind of is going to happen with Hype here, where they probably will airdrop. That would make lots of sense to keep bringing the attention and keep stealing the market share, because like it's basically investing your money anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, how else? like what a great way to advertise for your exchange. You know, than to like airdrop another, or to have an airdrop as big as the first one and say, yeah, you're still going to get rewarded the same way as the first people for using this. Why not come over and keep participating? Because we'll probably do it again.
Yeah. By the way, guys, ETH is legit breaking out. And for the first time, it's kind of strengths on the upside.
It looks like
Yeah.
ETH wants to put in one of those famous 5-minute candles where it just gaps up like 100 points in 5 minutes.
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
ETH likes to do that.
That CME gap fill is inevitable, and it is inevitable now.
Yeah, we're looking good.
Look how it's pushing here. Especially with this latest leg, man.
Yeah, you had that 3 drive into another push. I mean, that sort of structure kind of reminds me of the way they marked ETH up from the low a few weeks ago. You'd probably have to go to a lower time frame than the 1 hour, but I remember the markup ETH had off the low initially was just relentless bid.
Mhm.
Well, if not here, then it's not happening. This should be it. So
Yeah.
As I was saying yesterday, I do not think, you know, like this needs to be it. We like people were looking for deeper drops, but that made no sense. Like maybe sweep here, that could have happened. But as I was saying, I think, you know, likely we move already from here, and we need to keep pushing. Honestly, there is really no way around it, and it's going to look like BTC during COVID, where I think we are sort of right now entering this stage. And then there's going to be that giga candle through the CME gap, basically, right? That's this one, like this part right here. That's the CME, like both of these were CME gaps. And you are kind of coming into it right here.
Mhm. I mean, how much longer did that take though for it to go straight up? You know, like scroll to the right.
What do you mean?
Scroll to the right on Bitcoin.
So Tucker's
mean
saying
this?
we're going to consolidate for
Like,
couple
how
months.
long did that take? You know, if we're gonna,
How dare you?
I'm just, we're pulling fractals. You know, how long did that take?
Yeah, but we need to keep in mind that fractals are not literal day to day, right?
No, I know.
It's more about like, hey, you know, we just did undergo the COVID type of sell-off. Now we are undergoing the COVID type of recovery, but the little moves will be different. We'll probably have a battle here at 4K, probably not going to be the same as here. And then once you break it again, I think it's different, because I think that 4K is equivalent of 12K for BTC last cycle. And I think when it breaks, it's going to be like this. There is just like ETH has been suppressed for this entire cycle like nothing else from majors. I think when it goes, there is no time for pullbacks. That's what literally everyone will want. It will just be boom. So I think possibly last drop is somewhere in here.
It really feels like there could be like a 45-day, like just teleportation based on what I'm seeing right now.
To 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like straight up to 4K in like, I mean, literally by like July, middle of July.
Yeah. We are probably to do like, if we pull back this V shape, it would be very surprising to me if we just went through it. But if so, then why not? Right. But I would rather think that we probably like, you know, maybe do something like that. Possibly, like gain some, energy for this breakout again. Possibly, like I don't know how much, like 2 months, possible, yeah. But then you're looking at like let me try to put it over there. All right. I think you're kind of looking at something like this.
Dude, if we reject from 4K again,
Max, at first we're gonna just
So
I don't think-
4K again award.
I don't think I can handle that. I don't.
Max needs up only.
Dude, this ETH range has been diabolical. Like,
It was.
diabolical. I don't know how else to describe it. It is just. I mean, dude, we deserve to literally go vertical with no pullbacks after all the shit we've been through with ETH.
Yeah,
It's plagued the entire asset class.
we do deserve it, but at the same time, Max, you know that the markets don't really work like that.
Here's the thing. I'll take 4K. Just give me 4K right now. I'll be happy. I'll deal with the pullback. It's fine. Okay. It's fine.
Fine.
I'm going to full net worth short 4K per your financial advice, get liquidated, lose all my money because it actually goes straight up with no pullbacks. That's what's going to happen.
That's the sacrifice you need to do.
The market
I
needs.
feel like if you want short 4K, you front run it by like maybe 50 to 100 points. If that's really what you want to do, but I feel like if you think
you want to short 4K,
it makes more sense to long.
I feel like if you want a short 4K, you should just do anything but do that. There's no more shorting 4K. I think you need a lobotomy if you want a short 4K again. We can't go to 4K and reject again. How many taps would that be? 1, 2,
4.
No,
It
I have
would
more
be
than 4.
That would be 6.
Oh,
right
you're
here.
talking about last cycle, sure, but
Yeah.
I mean this cycle, this is your 4th tap.
Yeah, but I don't think you can view it as this cycle. Like the way to view this is as a range, as a giant range that's been going around. Whatever. You kind of you need to view it like this, in my opinion. And I think what I said or tweeted earlier today, I think lots of people don't get this, but next bear market lows will be higher than today's prices, in my opinion.
Jackus, what do you think about the possibility that we never see 5-figure Bitcoin again?
How much?
5-figure Bitcoin. This is something that it's not really like my base case because obviously we never know how reflexive a bear market's going to be. But I mean, to me, that thought kind of crept into my mind yesterday. And I'm kind of viewing things in a lens that, okay, if I look back in a year and we're clearly not coming back into 5-figure Bitcoin, would I be surprised?
Oh, 5-figure Bitcoin. I didn't hear the number. Yeah, that's what I said. I think that this range. Let me pull it up. That what I mean with that. Let's just wait 1 sec. Just do it like this first. Yeah, this will do, I think. Doesn't matter. Be like this. More or less. And what I mean with that is okay. What I mean with that, right, is exactly this. And I need a longer chart. chart here as well. What if right now Max isn't even paying attention? He's just chatting on his phone.
He just froze. You froze at like the perfect time, Max.
Oh, did I freeze?
A little bit.
For like a half second. The new pulling a Tommy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I was like, the new Tommy is just freezing.
Oh, Jack.
What if you know, you can do it whatever you want to, right? You can do it like this, doesn't matter. I view it like this. I think the the market pretty much said that. But even if you're gonna do it like this, whatever, just of course ignoring this, whatever. I think once we break this one and the market goes parabolic, there is a good chance that you will never see these prices again, because you need to think of it like we are at 1,100 could very well be 110,000, right? You just added 2 zeros, but 110,000 could be 1,100.
Mm-hmm.
Once you break and back here, lots of people probably saw the same way that when you break out, this is going to be the cycle top, and you'll buy the next bear market lows down here. But the market, even during the bear market, it never even came down below this swing low, right? And we can speculate whether this swing low is this swing low or whether this one is this one. I mean, okay, but in either case, the prices during the bear market, and this one was really strong, it never came back even below this low, right? It didn't even retest this high. And with the way this swing retested this swing, it's more like this one, right? Like this retest. So we'll see, but what if the next bear market is higher than this high? I mean, obviously we will not know until it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is a possibility that so many people are not counting with. There are lots of people with lots of money, and I'm talking like lots of TradFi guys. They have much more money than your CT guy with $1,000 Sol wallet. They have 30, 50 million accounts. Lots of guys from Asia, lots of guys from US, lots of guys from Europe. They are not BTC believers. They are the regular stock market guys, real estate guys. And they have zero Bitcoin exposure. There is so many of them. And they missed it so far, and they keep seeing Bitcoin rising. They don't even understand it, but they know they need to make an exposure. These guys will be coming, and they are asking themselves the question right now: do I wait for the bear market and then buy the lows of it? But what if the next bear market lows are higher than the current prices? Because lots of these guys, when this starts to keep going up, will feel incredible FOMO at 200, 300K. And they can keep pushing it with lots of size. That's your exit liquidity.
Yeah, that looks. I mean, I like that fractal you got there, Jack. It is hard to tell which low is which, though. You know what I mean? But
yeah, of course.
I mean, so in your head, what would that that kind of first pullback be from? On that lower chart, right, where we hit like 2,400 or 3K. Yeah.
So what you're asking, how that would look like here?
Yeah, like where would that leg start and stop?
Well, I can think of it that, let's do it like this. I have the same charts, right? Shit. I don't know. You can break to like 160, then pull back to like 130, right? Possibly, like something like that. Yeah, I could see. 2.618 is a possible one, which is at 165. Then retest the 1.618 from above.
Oh God, I don't even want to see where that tops at. 600.
I don't know. Like, we'll see where the bull market top comes in, but there is nothing as people trying to fade it each swing high, and that's a good thing. There has been an insane amount of people that thought that the top is here. Like, if you look back, right, you're looking at the chart, and the chart looks like this. It looks like a parabola. Like, it looks like, hey, like, surely this must be it. Like, look at that, right? Like, yeah, we crawled up, and look at this inefficient breakout to the upside. Like, that's it. And then, the price goes sideways, and then you get this breakdown, and it's like, yeah, that's obvious. That was the cycle top. And guess what? It goes from 2K to 20K. That's 1,000%.
Yeah.
Like, right here.
Right there. It looks terrible, dude. Oh
It
my
looks
God.
terrible, man. It looks like he would be selling this any day.
Yeah.
Like, you had a fake breakout, and then it's like, buy.
Play it from there.
You've pulled back 40%.
Jeez.
I'm sure we'll have some scary pullback. Who knows where it's going to be, but it's going to go like Bitcoin will drop at some point like 100K from the high, and everybody's going to think the cycle top is in, and it could definitely go for another leg if that's the case.
Jeez.
Like this one, right? Like that
dude,
that must be
that's
it, man.
brutal.
And this literally is when John McAfee comes in and types, "The pullbacks are mathematically impossible in this new paradigm shift."
I'm pretty sure
You
that
simply do
John
not understand.
McAfee- I'm pretty
the
sure he
basic-
also said he was gonna cut his dick off and eat it if Bitcoin didn't hit 1 million or something. Like,
Yeah.
he's a crazy guy.
Pullbacks.
That's how you get cold started.
Bitcoin now at 16,600. Those of you in the old school who believe this is a bubble simply have not understood the new mathematics of the blockchain, or you did not care enough to try. Bubbles are mathematically impossible in this new paradigm. So are corrections and all else.
That is one of the more top signally tweets of all time.
Yeah, but we will get something like this again, and people will look at it and be like, yeah, like the whole world is adopting Bitcoin. Of course, it's never going to pull back. It's gonna happen.
God, I'm sure Michael Saylor will be top blasting 500K Bitcoin as well.
He will.
For sure.
Jesus.
It's going to be weird when Bitcoin's trading up there eventually. And I'm going to think about, it's always funny when I think about unit sizing for trading, about when an asset was just that, like so much smaller. And I think about how many units that really was. And then so I remember, trading Bitcoin, Bitcoin 50, 60K for a long time. Sizing pretty easy. Now it's like Bitcoin getting more and more expensive just to have 1 Bitcoin or 2 Bitcoin on a perps trade. It's going to be, eventually, we're going to be trading smaller and smaller fractions of that original size.
Indeed.
I feel like if we are going to get a parabolic leg into 6-figure Bitcoin, you're probably going to front run 7-figure Bitcoin. You either front run 500K or 1 million, but I think one of them gets front run extremely hard. And everybody will be waiting to sell into that round number euphoria.
Well, 100K got front run at 69. So what about if this top is 690?
That would be so funny. The memetics of the blockchain.
The mathematics of the blockchain, man.
Yeah, I think the tough part about that bear market for Bitcoin, not that I was around for that, but just looking at the structure, if you held 20K down to 7K, you're like, well, shit, the top is almost certainly in. You're hoping for a bounce to sell into, and so is everybody else. That's a clean parabolic structure, I think, both in the uptrend and downtrend.
Indeed. But also, before we experience this breakdown, as I was saying, that clear parabolic structure also felt parabolic at 3K, before it got to this. And yes, this is a very clean one, but it also kind of felt like that here, just saying. Like you had very clean retest each time here, and then you didn't.
Absolutely everything in the market is edging right now. Even equities. I feel like equities are in price discovery pretty soon.
It could be.
Man, VIX looks awful.
Yeah, I really think equities are they're gonna start cooking, man. I mean, the Nasdaq's pushing all-time highs. It's basically a V recovery. The thing in which, the thing that sold us off in the first place, like that fear is now behind us. US and China allegedly have a deal as of this morning. Inflation fears are nowhere to be found. Inflation came in cool. It's like there's really not a good reason to stay down, But we'll see. I know, Tommy, you were thinking that you were bullish crypto, but kind of neutral on equities. Are you still feeling that way, or is your opinion shifting a little bit?
Well, I think it is shifting in the sense that, what they do up here is gonna guide what I think equities are about to do probably the next year or so, right? Like if we punch up into price discovery and then just kind of consolidate there for a few months, get some rate cuts, get the Treasury doing the buybacks, the pontification of our debt, then I do think that I don't know if you guys remember me talking about like the melt up possibility last year, but I might have to get that back on the table. Might have abandoned that thesis too soon.
So David Hunter was right.
Potentially.
Tommy, by the way, there is going to be a package coming from China very soon.
All green, baby.
Oh. I mean, Chinese equities kind of gapped up today, or at the very least, Billy did. I don't know what it's doing since open, but
bro, this China deal is going to send them to fucking Valhalla. Like,
I think so.
I've never seen more clear bottom accumulation on a freaking rising economy as China is, as I see on those, man. Like, everyone's going to wish they bought down there. It's like, it's literally, it's literally Bitcoin down here. That's where Chinese equities are right now. It's going to pull this, man. It's just so obvious. I think probably the most important chart for you all right now, even though you hate to, like these guys hate to see it. They hate this chart, but it's the most important. And that's Russell. That's Russell V-shape recovering to new all-time highs. When that happens, you're fucking sending.
We look like we're doing the COVID V recovery for the Russell right now.
Like people are worried about ETH, and I'm like, are you worried about Powell cutting? That's the only thing that matters.
I think Powell should be worried about Powell cutting because now he's got Trump and Vance coming at his neck.
Yes.
JD Vance said something this morning like it's...
what did he say? What did he say? Send me the tweet.
Someone remember what it was. It was like...
that he looks like...
Fed should cut...
No, he used some very humiliating...
like financial malfeasance or something. I don't know. It was basically saying like Powell is completely on the wrong side of this and he's being like... I mean, I guess a combination of like stubborn and also like he's putting the economy in danger with his like reckless practices is basically what he was implying. I don't remember exactly what he said though.
Yeah, he said some very insulting word on him.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Beth is potentially up for the next Fed chair?
Percent?
Yeah, however you say his last name.
I did not see that.
I almost want him in the Treasury more than the Fed, but have him do the backdoor QE through the Treasury over the next few months, and then have him transition into the Fed chair.
Where he just cuts to zero.
I don't know. I find it like crazy when people are like, do you really think ETH can go up? And I'm like, well, do you think Russell is not going to go up? Do you think that Fed is not going to cut rates? And I'm like, like, just look at this chart, man. Like, what else do you need? It's printed. It's coming. You literally just went through this. And you're right here. Like, how do I put it?
Yeah.
You're literally, right here.
So close.
Imagine that the market will be pumping for the rest 500 days from here.
I think it's
I'm
possible.
fine with that.
Yeah, that works. That works. 500 days.
Yeah, 500 days. Like, that's the same chart.
Mm-hmm.
Look where the tops came. Do you think that's a coincidence? Do you think that has something to do with blockchain? Do you? Do you still think so?
Yeah, that lines up pretty well.
Yeah, guys, sorry I'm a little low energy today. I'm on hour 42 of a fast right now. And I'm pretty tired, not gonna lie. So I guess my
42.
energy is contagious because everybody else seems a little tired too. But mine is because I haven't eaten since Monday morning. So actually no, Monday late afternoon. So yeah, I'm fasting right now. I don't know what everybody else's excuse is, but that's why I'm just like I'm super mellow.
What do you mean excuses? I'm literally cooking.
No,
meal
you're cooking. Tommy has his internet. Tucker's a little tired, but not nothing out of the ordinary. But
guys, we will raise a donation and we will supply Max with meat. He will send it directly to his home.
He needs some meat.
Dude, you know what I want so badly right now is like Louis sent me a bunch of bagels.
Oh,
when I was going through that surgery. And
yeah.
they're like in my freezer right now, bro. I have like some amazing New York bagels. They're huge. All I want to do is just like load one up with egg, cheese, bacon, toast it, and just devour that thing. That's the only thing I want to do right now. That's it. That's the only thing I want to do.
Louis got the bagels, man. He's got the good bagels. That's
does.
real.
He really does. I'm a carb guy. Like I want some pasta and stuff. I don't know. I think I might make it till the end of the day and then just be like, all right, that was 48 hours, 2 days. I'm good.
Yeah.
Is a 2-day fast for the first time pretty good? Like, do we think that that's good enough generally?
I would say so. I mean, I was kind of thinking about doing a fast at some point myself, but I don't know how I would function without, being able to work out. I guess I just had to go 3 months without it, but like that to me is I would want to work out and I wouldn't be able to train that hard because I wouldn't be eating.
That's true. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to work out at all, really.
But I saw something that this one dude on CT who was fasting for like 20 or 30 days.
Bro.
That's like psychotic level.
Oh, the water fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like Dana White who did something like that. Jackass. Oh, Jackass.
I think I just need more black coffee.
That could be it.
The max I did was 4 days. Are you drinking coconut water? No, I'm drinking like water with electrolytes in it. But yeah, coconut water could be good too. Yeah, I've never fasted before, ever. So by tonight, it will be officially 2 days, 48 hours. Which I'm happy about. Like maybe I'll go for a third. I don't really know. I guess I didn't really have like a set plan. I was just like, let's just get through the first day and see how it goes. I've never done this before. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Good start, slowly working the longer fast. Yeah. All right. Someone says, Max, when you end your fast, careful what you eat. You'll get a disaster pants.
Oh, no.
No, I know. I think you're supposed to, you're just supposed to have like bone broth and like maybe
Fruit.
avocado and like
Yeah.
fatty food, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just like eat a little bit.
Yeah.
72 hours is best. Dude. Oh, thinking about going another 2 days or day and a half be terrible. I guess I could. I mean, I've come this far. I'm like, I don't want to bail on it too early, but I don't know. It's definitely not fun. Some people love fasting. I'm definitely not enjoying this. I'll be honest. I don't really know how you could enjoy this. Maybe it will change tonight, like at the 2-day mark. Maybe it gets easier, but I'm definitely not loving it. It's a good challenge. Like I love the challenge, but it's definitely not. 80-hour mark makes it worth it. What makes it worth it? Like what happens at that mark? Dude, all we're doing is just sitting here every day waiting for the market to launch. And I'm just hungry. I'm just hungry.
The memes, man.
Jackass.
What I'm impressed by is that there have been so many.
You're impressed by my memes, I know.
There haven't been any duplicates.
No. No, they're all new.
Jack, I don't even know how you have this many memes, man. I
don't either.
You wouldn't get it.
The American mind cannot comprehend.
You need to suffer enough in the blockchain to have this many memes.
All right, let me Tommy it from you. I need to share a screen or something. I'm so hungry. I need to distract myself.
Do it.
I just tweeted this out. Fartcoin looks good, man. Both. We sprung perfectly off that dip, man. Like the Coinbase listing, then the sell-off. This still feels like it's going to be a leader to me, despite the potential Sol relative underperformance. It really feels to me like Fartcoin is just too strong of like a narrative where it just has captured the attention of everybody. Like there's no greater headline than like Fartcoin at like 20 billion. Like it's just there's no greater headline in the world than like mainstream media having to talk about something occurring like that. So I don't know. I think it's going to work. I do. Both charts are identical. They're both ripping. No pun intended, but nice pun. Yeah, don't even get me started on Andy and Wolf, man. I had a full cook this morning in our Discord about it. There's going to be a period of time with Andy and Wolf where, you know, ETH is going to smash 3K, then Pepe is going to finally mark up, and then you're going to have about 6 to 12 hours of the, like, literally the freest 30 or 40% catch-up trade that you've ever had in your entire life. That's what's going to happen. And I'll even show you guys right now just because I need to distract. Like, I need to stay busy here. I need to stay busy here. Let's change these back. Solfar coin really does look ready, though. Like, okay. So let's look at Pepe here. Actually, we need to look at ETH first. This is the level for ETH. I keep talking about this on this show. But I know sometimes people miss episodes or dip out early or, you know, something like that. All right. Hold up. Let me adjust these so I can get them in log mode. So what we have here, in my opinion, is like the easiest pair trade, catch-up trade of all time. There's not a cleaner setup in crypto across the board. And again, like, you could be like, Max, that's your opinion. Well, I mean, it's like literally just show me another one. Like, show me another pair trade that's this clean. I'd be happy to take it. You know what I mean? It's just not out there. But to have your beta mirroring structurally your L1 so perfectly like this is a complete anomaly. So I'll make them green. We'll make them pretty so we can stay busy and not think about Culver's Butterburger basket with fries and a concrete mixer. I'm not going to think about that right now. But I would devour that aggressively without any forgiveness or mercy. But ETH up top. And I'm just showing ETH, Pepe, and Andy. It's the same for Wolf and Brett. So no one be like, what about Wolf? What about Brett? I love them both. I own them all. I just don't feel like mushing them all on the screen. Okay. Now this is a setup for the ages here. Vindication is right around the corner. Those who played the long game will be rewarded. They are about to be. And, you know, it's going to be super obvious for a lot of people in hindsight, and for other people it's super obvious right now, but you can look at this and you can see the level. And basically what I was trying to tell you guys is ETH is going to flip this gray box at some point here soon, maybe this week, maybe next week. Then you're going to see Pepe just gap up like 30 or 40% immediately, and it's going to flip its box. And then there's going to be a small lag time between Andy and Pepe where you have like 6 to 12 hours to shove Andy for this move. It's going to literally like double, flip its line, and then keep moving. So there's going to be this tiny lag time between when ETH moves to Pepe moves to Andy moves. And I'm telling you right now, there's literally a free 30 or 40% that's about to be on the table if you wanted to play it like that. All you have to do is wait for ETH to be above the gray box, literally wait for ETH to be at touch 3K, then shove Pepe, and then shove Andy like 4 hours later at most. And you're going to clean up. It's going to be the best 24-hour shitcoin trading session you've ever had. That's how it's going to happen. That's how it's going to play out. So, yeah, I mean, I'm so excited. Like, I've just waited so long for this move, and it's about to happen. And I'm super hungry. not just for food, but also for this move that I've been waiting for. So it's going to be great.
It is going to be great. I think that's more maybe end of June situation, maybe like the next couple weeks, but for sure end of June. Joyful June.
Yeah. Joyful June into joyous July.
Joyous July. I haven't heard that one yet.
Mhm.
Jetvana. That's or Jetavana
Yeah.
means retreat July. But I think that's more the second half of July because we've got Mercury retrograde.
And by the way, with Andy, guys, Matt Fury's about to drop like an Andy NFT collection, like very, very soon. If you go to Matt Fury's Twitter, he's posting all these Andy pictures suddenly. It's going to be an NFT collection, most likely. You're going to see Andy, and I mean, generally, it might just be a whole boys club NFT collection, official from Matt Fury. You're going to see these characters all over the timeline, you know? Like you are going to see Pepe, Andy, Wolf, Brett all over the timeline. So I'm just saying, like this whole saga is coming to a head, like right here. So you can decide, do you want to be a part of it or no? I do. I think it's going to be really rewarding. I think it's going to be a tough setup to beat across the board.
Yeah, I mean Pepe looks ready to me. I've something that we've talked about before, obviously. Probably a little bit more privately, but Pepe's range right now just reminds me so much of a longer version of the range that Bitcoin formed in 25 to 30K back in 2023.
Yeah, that is an interesting comparison.
Yeah, I see it. So what, you're at like 28K Bitcoin right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think Pepe is loading a candle basically back to the highs.
Mm-hmm. That actually is a very good comparison. Wow, look at that. Yeah, go back to that. Yeah, right there.
That just looks so similar to me. And I think the disbelief when Bitcoin was grinding up is very similar to the disbelief you're seeing towards Pepe. Like there's hope, but I think there's still a broader disbelief that beta is actually going to outperform.
So you're basically like, I mean, just kind of given the structure, it's obviously really good, but it's not perfect. It would kind of imply that we're like coming out of this move.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
That's what it looks like to me. Is that we would be, yeah, like you kind of did this whole like bottom range right in here. You even did this like little, range 1, 2, range 1, 2. I mean, yeah. That'd be so fun. Look at that. That would be insane, bro, if we did a move like this. That would be just... Well, interesting example, that's for sure. Fits my bias.
Is BTC just made new swing highs for May? ETH is leading here. That's so good because that will drag the liquidity. Is, as you said at the beginning, ETH leading is exactly what we need to see.
Yeah. I was looking at this chart this morning. Bitcoin dominance clearly is breaking down from the shoulder that we were looking at. We've been watching the setup for a while. but I mean, this trend line here goes all the way back to early December last year. Swept the high, deviation, axis supply, form a shoulder right here. I mean, this is precisely what we wanted to see, was this shoulder, kind of give out. This looks completely top to me, which aligns generally with what we're seeing with ETH BTC breaking out. I mean, that looks pretty good. ETH BTC looks pretty good here.
I feel like I hate this term so much, like beach ball underwater. There are a lot of charts that look like a beach ball underwater, like they're just kind of waiting for something to force them to the surface.
Tommy says he hates the term and then uses it like every other show.
Study.
What do you think the catalyst is? Does there need to be a catalyst or anything?
Staking ETF needs to happen.
That would probably be it.
Yeah.
We're trading like that's brewing, truthfully. Well, I hope so. Bitfinex closing ETH BTC longs. I don't know if it matters a ton. I mean, it's worked before.
I think the sample set's too small. Like, people are using it very selectively.
I agree. I mean, there was a time last cycle when, I mean, ETH was just kept ripping, all throughout here.
Suppose, does it fit our bias or not? If not, then don't use it.
Correct.
You know the rules.
Doesn't fit my bias. I'm going to ignore it.
That's the way. This is how you do it for the next 5 months. Or 500 days.
Well, we're getting close to the CME gap right here.
We are very close to filling it.
We need to fulfill it, though.
Yeah, we need 30. What is that? 3,300. Yeah.
Like, once you
33.
enter, listen. Once you enter in, you go all in. You go balls deep.
I knew you were gonna lean into that. As soon as you said it, I was like, here it comes.
Just makes me think about dodgeball.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Well, I think the motto of the tournament is "Go balls deep."
Hilarious movie, by the way.
But it's your fault, Tommy, because you started with the balls underwater. So shame on you.
I will say though, on an unrelated topic, I still think this happens.
What does it say? Tommy was calling for 70 Bitcoin dominance. I don't think that's happening. I don't think so.
I think it does happen probably next year.
Well, maybe like, we get a BTC breaking out here that could steal the show and do that, like that final shakeout that we had in 2021 at the start of the year, like that upside that swept the high. Maybe like something of that kind happens, but it's probably not going to be ETH USD or any other pairs going down. It will just be sort of like BTC stealing the show back for like a month or two, and then it will pause and the rest will follow again. So maybe, but I would much rather be if BTCD go where it belongs, which is the dumpsters, right?
I just think Bitcoin could realistically hit a valuation so high that it makes Bitcoin dominance trade 70%, right? I mean, if we're talking about targets of Bitcoin above 500K potentially, that's, you know, that's a $10 trillion asset at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think my Bitcoin dominance view is a bearish alt view. I think it's more of a bullish BTC view.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Max, what are you cooking here? Ether futures?
ETH CME, baby.
He's cooking.
Yeah.
What is
4K.
that? Hey,
The-
what? First you say you cannot go with a 4K pullback. Now you're drawing 4K pullback. Like, is
I'm
fasting
hungry,
getting
Jack.
the better
Just leave
of
me
you?
alone. I'm
Come on.
famished.
Eat
It does
something,
kind of make
man.
sense when you look at it like this. On the CME
Get a
chart.
burger or something, you know?
Dude, I want one so badly. It sucks. Sucks, man. Everyone's like, you're gonna be euphoric. I'm like, dude, when? When? My stomach is in a knot. But yeah, here we go. Move up here, then down. What's iBit doing? Would you look at that? Looky, looky, looky. What do we have here? Ooh. What do we have here? Little iBit bounce right where we needed it to be. Who
I
could
feel
have
like iBit.
foreseen?
I feel like iBit's gonna kind of trade a lot with equities. So, you know, maybe like a little bit more of a float chop. Most of the price appreciation should be in things like ETH and small caps.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mox.
That's the best time to be in
Oh
crypto. though.
no, Jackus, no.
Dude. Looks so good.
Do it. Look
Dude.
at it.
Man, I'm gonna ban
Look at
this
a
guy in the
beautiful
chat.
cheese, man. Oh.
Sorry if you were a loyal viewer, but we're spamming Fartcoin being listed on Coinbase. So you had to go.
Was it worth it, Anon?
Crime of the day. I don't know if there is one today. I guess actually there's been like a crime coin of the week or month. Anime. If you can pull up that ticker, Tucker. Or Max.
Oh, this is Max on the sticks. Max is busy.
The cheeseburger, man.
The
Good
cheeseburger and the
I mean, bro, look at the
I guess
ETH boomer
orange.
chart. This is the ETH boomer chart. What are we talking about here, man? Boomers are looking at this just licking their chops right now. Like, this looks so good. They're looking at this right here being like, ooh, fill the gap. Same gap that we're watching. You know? Like, this is where boomers are sending ETH right here. And it's going to be funny when it's like way up here. But this is the boomer ETH chart, man. How is anybody bearish this chart right here? How is that possible? What are you looking at that's bearish here? Look at that gap. That's a magnet. I mean, we could even add a little something else in here. Like, dog, what are we talking about here? It's just every which way up. Just send it already, man. I'm sick of waiting. Just literally fire Pepe to 50 billion in one candle. We all know it's going there. Crazy.
The time is now.
Jack, I can't wait another 2 minutes. You understand? I need it right now. I just want to have some fun, man. Like, let's just have some fun.
Let's have some fun. Let's bet on this. Let's fucking bet on this shit.
On this shit. Just like, who's looking at these charts being like, you know what, this is a good place to sell. This is the move, is to just sell everything right here. Just launch it.
Yes.
Ooh, little max ETH up 21% today. That's nice. Thanks, boys. Soul doesn't look half bad. I'm not gonna lie.
I like
Still
the
has some
ticker
work
that's
to
right
do.
above it.
What'd you say?
I like the ticker that's right above it.
I'm sure you do.
What is that level max? 185.
This is 178 to 184.
Yeah.
I don't think this looks terrible. I mean, I'd rather buy ETH here just given how the pair looks, right? But I don't think that Sol USD looks terrible. I think Sol ETH looks terrible, which is bullish ETH. But Sol ETH is on the Cheeto right now, man. I mean, this is here. I'll even change it to orange so it's actually officially a Cheeto. But this is the final Cheeto right here. That red there, this orange box here. Like, even if Sol USD moves up, like this thing is look at this thing. What would you buy this? I wouldn't buy this. Here, Tommy, I'll look at your shitter.
Study.
I mean,
When that chart breaks out, it will be the big bang.
I mean, step one is here, which is like basically a 10x just to the top of the channel. That's basically a free play. That's like, it's like you get a deposit bonus when you sign up for a new exchange account, or Friday nights at the casino, they give you like one free play. You know, you get one free hand. That's a free hand for you right there. Big question is, do you break out of the channel? Tommy thinks yes. I don't have an opinion because I don't really care. It doesn't matter. But that's the big question, is like, does it end up doing something like that? I don't know. But this is Tommy Shitter, and this is an interesting channel here. It's one of the, I mean,
chart I've ever seen in crypto. I'm being completely serious when I say that. Like a 2.5 year range that looks like that is crazy to me. I have no idea when it's going to break out, but I'm confident that it will eventually probably go to like at least 1 billion, but probably higher than that. Who knows?
Yeah, it's a very, I mean, it's ETH, it's ETH pumps. It's probably going to do very well. You know, it's a very interesting channel. I mean, you could maybe, I don't even love this range. I mean, could maybe try to draw something like this. I like that mid range. It's okay. Either way, I mean, this is in log mode. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, there's plenty of wiggle room there, but this log channel is very interesting. I will give you that. It is one of those charts that are hard to come by because they actually have so much price history, and because of the sell-offs that it's had, it's got a pretty fair holder distribution. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how this channel plays out. So I hope you make $1 gazillion with it, Tommy.
Me too.
Maybe even
I have a feeling I could be sitting on it for a while, but who knows?
Well, join the club. I have been sitting on my ETH beta for a long time. If you need tips on how to cope with it, just send me.
By the way, guys, just wanted to appreciate you today because our strategy open up with the soybean chart definitely worked. Obviously had nothing to do with the cooking. And you guys smash the like button, and we are at 254, which is very nice number for the amount of viewers. So good job.
All right. And that actually takes us to the end of the show. Tommy, would you be such a gentleman and take us out?
Yes. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode of Market Check. A reminder that we will be back for another episode tomorrow around 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's generally when we go live. Whenever the New York Stock Exchange is open, you can expect to find us on YouTube. But yeah, also make sure to finish up your day with Market Talk, hosted by the legendary King Wabi. He always does a great job on that show. And a reminder that that is a Spaces rather than a YouTube show, hosted through our Because Bitcoin X account. So make sure to stay following and subscribe so you can be notified, not just when we schedule those spaces, but of course also when they go live. But yeah, that concludes the show for today, guys. Before we can have you depart, just going to run, obviously the usual BB terminal shill by you, but it feels, saying shill almost feels like the wrong word, right? Because we're providing you guys with tooling that will be able to help you conquer your trading, whether or not you're an active trader, trading derivatives, lower time frames, open interests. Obviously, there's been a lot of volatility to potentially capitalize on in this market, but also whether or not you're, an active or rather a long-term investor in crypto, looking to make more educated decisions based on data-driven tools, utility. We've got that for you. And of course, I've kind of been joking, whether you consider yourself an on-chain degen or not, maybe you're into meme coins, maybe you're searching for gems through DeFi. We've also got the tools for you to be able to conquer that market as well. So can't emphasize it enough, guys. Check out the BB terminal. It's kind of a synthesis of all of our skill sets put together. And it just continues to grow more and more functionality and utility. So you can get your foot in the door.
Do you guys see like the redesign that's happening here? Like every day it's getting better and better. You see how sick this looks? Like this is so nice. It's beautiful.
By the way, they're going to wake up to show how you can reorder.
Yeah, you can reorder here now.
Those indicators, I like that. Thank you, Ed.
It's even got Haggard Super Sniper on there, I saw.
Oh, of course. It's not quite as good as some of the other ones on there, but it's okay. It's okay. It works.
Well, if you enjoyed this snippet of the BB terminal, guys, you can get your foot in the door with free portfolio tracking at the very least. But we're going to continue to show you guys the progress of this terminal until you just have no other choice but to ape. So yeah, we hope that you enjoyed the show today, guys. Thank you again, as always, for tuning in. Of course, stay safe. And before you run, just a little bit more about the BB terminal for your troubles.
Every morning, coffee in hand, I open up the BB terminal. We built this platform to be your trusted companion, whether you're actively trading, investing for the long haul, or even dabbling in the degen space. Let's start with the BB portfolio. It integrates with over 60 blockchain networks and supports both wallet connections and manual entries, making it flexible enough for any trader. On the active page, you'll find advanced charting tools, complete with more than 21 custom scripts to give you deeper insights. Beneath that, our intuitive heat map helps you spot key support and resistance levels easily. But we know active trading isn't everyone's style, so we created the DCA page, equipped with over 35 thoughtful indicators. It's designed to assist you in making informed, strategic, and long-term investment decisions. We're genuinely proud of what we've created here at BB, and we continually strive to improve it every day.